Watch
Good morning.
ekran.
In today's lesson we'll be covering the KA-50 Black Shark's countermeasure systems. I have disabled your HOTAS control synchronization for the duration of this mission as it can interfere with training instructions. If you're having trouble hearing me, please exit the mission and turn down your in-cockpit and real-world sounds. Note, it may be necessary to press and hold a button for a second before the mission will continue. The KA-50 is equipped with two countermeasure systems, the L-140 Oak-Glick laser detection system that is capable of detecting and identifying laser guidance systems and rangefinders. The UV-26 system is used to dispense infrared flare decoys and dipole reflectors that are carried in two 26mm cartridge pods that are fixed to the wingtips. Each pod contains 64 cartridges. Let's provide power to the countermeasure systems by turning them on the back panel. The laser warning system is in the upper left corner of your windshield. It has 4 red lights on it that determine which direction the laser designation is coming from. The top red light indicates the target is in front of you, the left and right middle lights determine which side of the aircraft the target is on, and the bottom light tells you the target is behind you. The top warning light in the middle of the 4 red lights on the laser warning system denotes the target is above you, and the light on the bottom means that the target is below you. The bottom 2 lights are laser lock-on tracking lights. The top denotes that a laser target designator has locked onto your aircraft from an enemy vehicle. When this light is on, it is a good idea to start releasing your countermeasures. The bottom light denotes that a laser-guided munition has been released and is tracking you. It is usually a good idea to reset your laser warning system prior to entering a combat area. Press the reset button now. The UV-26 is located on the right side of your windshield with large blue, green, and red buttons. It controls how many flares are released and at what intervals the flares are released. The left selector switch just under the numerical display allows you to choose which side of the helicopter the flares will be dispensed from. You can also see a red light toward the top of the display light up depending on the position of the switch. Moving the switch into the middle will cause flares to be released from both sides of the helicopter at the same time. You will also see that both of the red indicator lights will illuminate. Move the switch to the middle position. The switch to the right when in the left position displays the number of flares remaining on board the aircraft. Move the switch to the right to enter programming mode. The display now reads 110. The first 1 displays how many sequences are in the program. The second 1 displays how many flares are in each sequence. The 0 denotes how many seconds are in between each sequence. Press the upper left button marked num to change the first number on the display. Changing the number of sequences to 5 will actually run 12 sequences, and changing to 7 will run 15 sequences. The special numbers are listed on the front of the buttons for future reference. Set the number of sequences to 2. The SAL button will change the number of flares released per sequence. The button is also labeled to the left as SEQ. This button is straightforward and has no special settings. Change the number of flares released in the sequence to 2. Pressing the interval button will increase the amount of time in seconds between the sequence of your program. Setting the interval to a 7 will change the time to 0.25 seconds, and a setting of 9 will change the time to 0.5 seconds. For future reference, these numbers are noted on the front of the button. Set the interval to 3 and press the spacebar key when you are ready to continue. Let's take a look at our program. Press F2 on your keyboard to change your aircraft to the outside view and position your camera by moving the mouse so you're looking at the nose of the aircraft. Pressing the insert key on your keyboard will start dispensing the flares in the program. You can hit delete to stop the sequence. When you are done, press F1 on your keyboard to return to the cockpit view. Continue changing the program until you are comfortable with programming the UV-26. Press the spacebar key when you're ready to continue. Press the Reset button to reset the UV-26 to its default program settings. Pressing the Start button, or Insert, while in the cockpit view will begin dispensing flares, and the Stop button, Delete, will stop the sequence of flares. Now is a great time to discuss the signal flares. The KA-50 Black Shark is equipped with 4 signal flares that you can use for a variety of reasons. Most of the time the signal flares are used in times of failure of the communications equipment or in times of radio silence on a mission. Turn on the power to the signal flare system. The signal flares come in 4 colors: red, green, white, and yellow. You have 1 flare of each color, and the flares are dispensed from the edge of the left wing. You can release a signal flare by pressing on the button marked with the appropriate color for the flare you need. Since the flares are released straight down and we can't really see the flare when it is released, we won't release them here on the ground. Concludes today's lesson. You may practice flying around, changing your flare release sequences, or you may exit the mission at any time.